Hello, my name is Dr. Brett Wade. Welcome to this meditation, Pressing Pause on the Moment. In this guided meditation, we'll learn to experience the ability that we have to press pause and truly experience the present moment, the only moment in which we can affect change. To begin, find yourself seated in an upright and dignified posture, holding your spine upright but not rigidly. If it's comfortable for you, begin to close your eyes, or if you prefer, have a downward gaze, half-lidded eyes. Have your hands and feet in a symmetrical position, and begin to focus on the sensations of breath, noticing the breath coming into the body, and slowly following that breath back out. Notice as you breathe in that there's a temperature to the air. And notice as you breathe out through the nostrils that that temperature is slightly warmer. Notice all the movements that occur with breathing. There's movements at the chest, movements at the belly, just center yourself, bringing yourself closer and closer to present moment. This meditation that we're about to begin was originally recorded as a part of the 30-day meditation challenge. Pressing pause on the moment.
The present moment, of course, is very temporary. It's infinitesimally small. When we have a present moment, it's no sooner experienced than it is moved into the past. But what if there was some way of almost stopping time? If we were able to do that, we could see much more about what's happening to our lives. We could examine the unchangeable past to help understand the present moment. When you're ready, move to the next slide. For this meditation, I want you to visualize, if you can, a pause button. You may remember those pause buttons that are on some electronic equipment as those two red lines. If you can, imagine a pause button in the center of your forehead. And in your mind's eye, you're going to imagine in a second pressing that pause button. Go ahead now and see if you can again visualize pressing that pause button. With your eyes closed, experience everything about this moment. Use all of your senses. What do you feel? Are you happy? Are you sad? Do you feel hunger or thirst? Do you have any areas of pain? Are you frustrated or irritated? Just take a moment and tune into that. Also think about the physical sensations. Notice the pressure from the chair or the floor. Be aware of any sounds in your environment. Now I'd like you to think about the past, just the past 24 hours. which decisions and events can you think about that led you to today? Led you to experience what it is you're experiencing? When your alarm clock went off, if you have an alarm, you made a decision. You decided to get out of bed. Throughout the rest of that day, that last 24 hours, there were many decisions you made. Maybe you decided on breakfast, what to wear. Perhaps you decided on which direction you were going to take to work. You decided on maybe a radio station to listen to. Of the things and the events that happened in the last 24 hours, do any of those provide an explanation for what you're feeling right now? When you're ready, move to the next slide. With the pause button pressed down, let's think about accepting the present moment. If we accept that our actions and decisions of the past led to the experience of the present, we know that we have to bear the responsibility for the choices that we made. It's interesting to think about how external things may have affected you. Things, in other words, that you didn't necessarily choose. Or at least you didn't think you chose. But how much choice did we have in each of those moments? If you think about it, many of your choices, in fact, are often subconscious. They're more reactions than anything. When you're ready, move to the next slide. Now I'd like you to imagine in the center of your forehead is a large green play button. You may remember, again, on electronic equipment, that often looks like a forward-facing arrow on its side. I'd like you to now press that big green play button, and we're just going to let time move forward for a few seconds. We've left the past behind, and now we're experiencing new moments back to back. With time moving forward, just as it did here for a few seconds, I'd like you now to once again press the pause button in your mind's eye. Check in with yourself. Make sure that you didn't bring forward any negativity, any negative energy. Check in once again using all your senses. Remember, I asked you to sense how you were feeling. If there were any negative feelings, things such as anger or frustration, did you bring those forward? If you've brought any of those negative feelings forward, you have the choice to release them. So with this moment pressed on pause, see these negative feelings leave your body. Maybe it's jealousy or anger or rage, frustration. Just see them float away up into the sky. Say goodbye to regret or anger or resentment or even pain. With this moment of pause in the present moment, this is the time to let it go so you don't bring it forward. When you're ready, move to the next slide. In your mind's eye, press that big green play button once again, allowing time now to move forward. As time starts to move forward, each moment rather, presents an opportunity to change the future. Sometimes the best way to make change, in fact, is if we have time. We make better decisions generally when we have less pressure. So whenever we need to make a decision or consciously want to make change, we can press that big red pause button. When you're ready, go ahead and press that pause button again. With time stopped, you can now make conscious change, conscious choice. What change do you want to make for your future? Is there a goal you have in mind? Set a realistic time for this goal to be realized. Maybe it's something you just want to have happen tomorrow or on the weekend. Or maybe it's something much larger and it's going to take months to accomplish. Consciously think about this change, this goal that you have. Visualize it using all of your senses. What will it look like in the future? What will your life look like? What will it feel like? Visualize all aspects of it. As an example, if a goal was to have a new car, what does the car look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like to drive it? If your goal was to take up a sport or an activity, what does it feel like to do that activity? Whatever your goal is, just again use all the senses possible. There's no pressure of time. When you're ready, move to the next slide. With your intentions released, let's once again finally press that big green play button on your forehead. Your intentions or thoughts create electromagnetic waves emanating from you. Forces affect matter. As we've talked about before, in chaos, it's like a butterfly flapping its wings in a distant place and the weather being affected locally. Change takes time, but know that with each decision you make, it creates change. Whenever you need to in your life, take time to press the pause button, making your choices conscious choices, making your life a conscious life.
I hope you've enjoyed this meditation on pressing pause on the moment. Feel free to revisit this meditation anytime you feel you need to make a conscious decision in your life, and time is just getting away on you. I look forward to guiding you again in a future meditation. Until then, peacefully, Brett.